Hello, welcome back. In this calculus video, I'm going to be going over a tangent line question. I recommend pausing the video first and trying the question yourself first before you see me solve it. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. So question 20 says, which of the following is an equation of the tangent line to the graph of 2x squared plus 5xy equals 14 at the point 2, negative 2? Alright, so for this question, first, let's just understand what the question is asking us, right? So it's asking us an equation of the tangent line to the graph of 2x squared plus 5xy equals 14 at the point 2, negative 2, okay? So let me go down here and, okay, let's say this was the graph of this equation, right? It was something like this. I don't know. This is just made up, but so let's say this is the graph, right, or something. So if we were looking at, and let's say this point right here is x equals 2, okay? This is x equals 2. So 2, negative 2. That's the point, right? Yep. 2, negative 2 is that, okay? So it's saying if we take the tangent line to this point, right, which would be this, we need to make an equation using that slope of the tangent line to the graph of 2x squared plus 5xy equals 14 at the point 2, negative 2. So basically, we need to find the slope of this tangent line, and whenever you see equation of the tangent line on any question, just remember you need to get two things. You need to know the point, and you need to know the slope of the tangent line, right? And to find the slope of the tangent line, so you're trying to find the slope at x equals 2, that just signals to you that you need to take the derivative of this equation and plug in 2 for x in order to find the slope of the tangent line at 2, negative 2. So we already know the point, 2, negative 2. We want to figure out what the slope is. So let's take the derivative. So let's write down our equation, 2x squared plus 5xy equals 14. And if I were to take the derivative of this, it would be 4x, right? Let's take the derivative of the left side first. Let me go back a step. d over dx. d over dx, okay. So 4x, right? You're differentiating to the same variable, so just 4x. Plus, and if you, just to be clear with implicit differentiation, I would recommend checking out my video on implicit differentiation. So the derivative of 2x squared is 4x when you're differentiating with respect to x, plus 5x. And remember, this is the product rule. So the first thing times the derivative of the second thing, or the second function, right? The second function is y, and let's just treat 5x as our first function, plus the derivative of the first function, which is 5 times y. That equals 0 because the derivative of a constant is just 0. Okay, so now we need to figure out what dy dx is, right? So what I would just do now is I would just plug in the points. This makes it easier. So let's plug in 2 for x. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10 times dy dx plus 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10. And that equals 0, okay? So now we're solving for dy dx. Remember, you could just treat dy dx as like any variable like z or something, and then you would just be solving for z. It's the same type of thing. So let's get 10 and minus 10 and 8 to the other side. So let's add plus 10. Equals 10. Subtract 8 now. You get 10 times dy dx equals 2. And now we're solving for dy dx, which is a slope, because as dy dx is the change in y as x changes, which is a slope, as the slope is the change in y over the change in x, right? Divide by 10. Divide by 10. So you get dy dx to be 1/5, as 2 over 10 simplifies to 1/5. So our slope is 1/5. And now we can just make our equation. So you're going to use the point slope form. It's going to be y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This is the point slope form. And now you can just plug in your point, and you can plug in your slope. So y minus -2 equals the slope 1/5 x minus 2. So this gets you y plus 2, as the negative times a negative makes it a plus. 1/5 x minus 2. And first, let's see if we need to simplify anymore. No, we do not. So let's just look for this answer. And that matches answer choice C. So just things to remember is that first, you should always get, whenever you see a question asking you the equation of the tangent line to a graph at a point, you should find your point first. Normally it's given to you, or otherwise you might have to like find it. You should also get your slope of the tangent line. And just remember to do that, you're just taking the derivative at your point. Suppose it didn't give you like y equals -2. It'll always give you what the x coordinate is, so 2. So we just plug 2 into the 2x squared plus 5xy equals 14 equation, and then you solve for y, and then you will have your point. And then the slope, you just take the derivative at that point. And then if you have the point and slope, then you can just use this point slope form, and then you'll figure out your equation. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.